Welcome to our discussion on the importance of activity statusing while on the job. In this video, you'll see some examples of how both correct and incorrect job status updates affect the rest of the schedule. Your workday productivity is as important to us as it is to you. FS Scheduler operates on a macro level. It optimizes schedules based on all activities and all available technicians. This means it drills into every detail of a job and manages its time accordingly. The progress of one route will impact everyone else's. For example, if a technician starts late, it does not just impact that one technician's route. It will impact all of the technicians at your location. If any of your assigned jobs move into unscheduled status, other technicians will need to step in and take on the additional work. During working hours, your availability to be assigned activities is also impacted by the other jobs you're completing that day. For example, if you complete a job earlier than expected, this increases your availability and you can potentially be assigned another activity, which can decrease idle or wait time for you. However, if you take longer than expected, this decreases the amount of time you have to complete other jobs during the appointment window. As a result, activities scheduled to you can be rerouted to another technician to ensure all jobs are properly handled during the appointment window. Activity statuses provide information about how the job is progressing within the operational workflow. Each status highlights a key point in the process. For this reason, it's not surprising that statuses are critical for FS Scheduler, as it determines how to optimize the routes. There are 6 activity statuses you should already know: dispatched, acknowledged, en route with ETA, on-site, closed, and pending closed. Let's walk through an animation to see how a typical day is scheduled. To begin with, technician number 1 is routed to his first job. Technician number 1 and number 3 arrive on time to their first job and update the status to on-site. Technician number 2 arrives late and does not update the status to on-site until 8:40 a.m. The late arrival pushes technician number 2's final morning job into unscheduled status. FS Scheduler reassigns the unscheduled activity to technician number 1. But notice what it does to the technician's route. Another problem is technician number 2 discovers he must rewire the entire house on his first job, but he doesn't add the ETC until 10:45 a.m. Technician number 2's second job also gets moved into unscheduled status. FS Scheduler is able to assign the job to technician number 3. While the jobs were reassigned, the routes consist of much longer travel times. Let's see what happens if technician number 2 properly provides the correct status and ETC. FS Scheduler will re-optimize routes based on the information it receives. Since every technician has arrived on time and has properly statused their jobs, FS Scheduler is able to optimize the technician's route in a way that reduces travel time. So considering what the schedule looks like, if you don't arrive at the first job on time, you can get a better sense of what on-time arrival means. If you arrive at 8:30 to 8:45 for an 8 a.m. appointment, this will significantly increase the possibility of jobs going unscheduled. En route with ETA and on-site are 2 special statuses to be aware of regarding routing because, in addition to notifying FS Scheduler the progress on an activity, they also impact the times associated with the activity. In this example, the current time is 1:30 p.m. Travel time is 30 minutes with a planned start of 2 p.m. An ETA of 15 minutes will update the planned start of the activity from 2 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. The rest of the technician's route will adjust accordingly. The change in the technician's availability also makes it possible for FS Scheduler to identify another potential assignment for the technician. An ETA of 1 hour will update the planned start of the activity from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The rest of the technician's route will adjust accordingly. The update to on-site also triggers a change in the activity times. More specifically, the actual start time of the activity is updated to reflect the time the status was updated to on-site. For this reason, it is vital that you update statuses accurately. Updating it later or earlier can cause significant routing problems. Each activity has a planned duration, which is an estimate for how long an activity is expected to take. In reality, jobs will either require more or less time, depending on the customer. Since you are at the customer's home, you will have the best perspective on when a job will be completed. An estimated time of completion will cause the planned end of an activity to adjust according to the amount of time entered into the ETC field. The change in the activities planned in will also cause the planned duration of the activity to adjust as well. The planned end and duration of the activity adjust based on the ETC you add. Let's walk through an animation to see how a job ETC is updated. The current time is 9:45 a.m. The activity has a planned end of 11:15 a.m. The technician realizes he will be done in an hour. He updates the ETC on the activity to 60 minutes. The 60-minute ETC updates the activity's planned end to 10:45 a.m. The technician is able to receive another activity. Now let's look at another scenario. The current time is 9:45 a.m. and the activity has a planned end of 11 a.m. The technician has to rewire the customer's home and wall fish 3 new IRD locations. Due to this extra unplanned work, the technician estimates it will be 2 hours before the activity is complete. The 120-minute ETC extends the activity's planned end to 11:45 a.m. This makes the technician's next activity fall off the Gantt. However, technician number 2, who does not have another job until the afternoon, is able to get the assignment. An activity has a lot of different time values associated with it, including planned start, actual start, planned end, actual end, and planned duration. This can sometimes cause confusion regarding how ETC is to be calculated. The key point to remember is that there are 2 times you need to keep in mind when properly calculating an ETC. What time is it now, and what time will I be done? Here are some points to remember when considering ETCs. It is considered best practice to enter 2 ETCs on every activity. Multiple ETCs can be provided during the course of an activity. FS Scheduler will optimize the schedule based on ETCs, but it can take up to 15 minutes for it to update the schedule. The earlier an updated ETC can be provided, the better. The best times for updating the ETC may be after having completed the site survey, when you now know what work will be involved and how long it will take to complete. And while closing OLIs, when you have a few tasks left, such as customer education and cleanup, and can provide a much more accurate time of completion. Now you should have a better understanding of how important it is to keep your job status updated. This isn't just about number crunching or statistics. It's also about your productivity and working together as a team.